What up, Hyperchange? Welcome to another episode. Today we're doing Moonshot Monday. Even though it's not a Monday, we're gonna be talking about how Amazon Studios could crush Netflix. Now, we all know that streaming video is the future of entertainment. Netflix pioneered this vision with its streaming service, which now has over 125 million members. As I'm making this, Netflix stock is hitting all-time highs, worth over $150 billion as they report blowout Q1 2018 earnings. A huge part of Netflix's recent success has been their investments in original content. The company's been piling billions of dollars into producing original shows. Netflix's spending in 2017 on original content was $6.3 billion, rivaling some of the world's largest established media companies like Disney, Time Warner, and Fox. But if you'll see who is right there behind them, coming in at $4.5 billion, we have Amazon. Now, Amazon, part of their Amazon Prime service, a couple years ago, introduced this thing called Prime Video, which is essentially their version of Netflix, a streaming service that you can access and watch all these shows. And now they have been putting the pedal to the metal, just like Netflix, on original content, producing these things called Prime Originals, just like Netflix has Netflix Originals. It's estimated that Amazon could actually even pass Netflix in content spend in the next few years. I mean, Netflix, their entire business is streaming, is losing a ton of free cash flow as they're investing in this content. Amazon is a gargantuan behemoth. They have Amazon Web Services. They have their e-commerce division. You know, they can use cash flow from other parts of the business to subsidize investments in original content. And this is why Amazon has such a massive budget and they keep piling billions and billions of dollars into this. I believe this is going to reach a tipping point in 2020, and the seeds have already been sown for Amazon to have the biggest hit TV show on the internet in the entire media space across the globe. In November of 2017, Amazon, for a reported $250 million, teamed up with the J.R.R. Tolkien estate to purchase the rights to do a Lord of the Rings TV show. Think of what Game of Thrones did to Netflix. I mean, that was a huge hit. That had an incredible budget. It looks like Amazon is trying to outdo them with Lord of the Rings. I mean, the Lord of the Rings with 6 movies were some of the biggest hits, have received 21 Oscars. The books are awesome. The movies are awesome. Like, I think this has incredible potential to be that hit blockbuster show for Amazon. So what are the details? The deal was signed in late 2017. According to the deal, Amazon has about 2 years to begin production of the show. So that means they can start filming as soon as 2019. Details have emerged that Amazon is setting aside a budget for $1 billion, the biggest budget in TV history for a show. They are going to produce 5 seasons of this show as part of the contract. I Googled how much Netflix has been putting into its most expensive shows. As you can see, The Crown, $130 million a season. Get Down, $120 million a season. Sense8, $100 million a season. Marco Polo, $90 million a season. So Netflix has been putting, hundreds of millions of dollars into individual shows, but Amazon, for 5 seasons for over $1 billion, is looking at spending somewhere around $200 million per season at least on this concept. So they're putting massive dollars behind this show. Apparently, they're also rumored to even try and get Peter Jackson, the director who was involved in the movies, on board with the show. Amazon is pulling out all the stops for this Lord of the Rings content. I am personally so excited for this show, and I think it marks an incredible inflection point in this new media landscape where Amazon, who has been trailing in terms of content spending but growing quickly, finally puts their foot down and announces they're spending the most ever on a TV show, and it is Lord of the Rings. As a fan, I'm so excited for this. As someone who's fascinated by the Amazon versus Netflix battle in streaming, I think this was a huge move for Amazon to get the rights to Lord of the Rings. Apparently, Netflix and HBO were also in the bidding to try and get these rights. It looks like Amazon just outspent them. So I think this is a trend that if you're owning Netflix stock, you have to be a little bit worried about. And do I think that Amazon having the best show in 2020 is going to kill Netflix? No. I mean, who knows what Netflix is working on for 2020 as well. And I think in the long run, I think there's plenty of room for both Netflix and Amazon Prime Video and even Disney's future streaming service to have success in the post-cable era. But I think it is interesting to see that Amazon is really making the moves to put them one step ahead of Netflix. So I want to make this Moonshot Monday because I just feel like this has been totally underreported. I mean, the numbers are all out there, $250 million just for the rights and the script. 5 seasons are going to be produced, $1 billion budget. They're talking to Peter Jackson. So I'm really curious what you guys think. How much of an impact will this have on Netflix's business model if in the future, these shows with very desirable rights get put out for bidding and Netflix gets outbid by companies like Amazon, potentially Apple in the future, potentially even Disney. Some of these companies have a lot deeper pockets and have other business models that are producing cash flow to be able to fund acquiring these rights, and Netflix just can't compete with that in some scenarios, and that's exactly what we saw with Lord of the Rings, and that means that content gets exclusively put on Amazon, not on Netflix. Also, wanted to give a huge shout out to Evoto Rentals, which is a rental company where you can rent a Tesla and drive it around, based in Montreal. They sent me this shirt, which I'm loving. It says The Boring Life, a play on Elon Musk's The Boring Company. They also sent me this really awesome boring mug, and they sent me this shirt that says hashtag LOL oil that I kept in the packaging because I'm gonna be giving it away to one of our Patreon supporters, the Hyperchangers. It's a men's size medium. First person to email me about it gets the t-shirt for free. That's part of a new initiative I'm doing on Patreon where once a month I give away an exclusive piece of merch or swag. Check out our Patreon page for more info. Anyway, this is Hyperchange. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.